So it's a late Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We're over at Cousin Gary's. We're gonna do a little saw test, taste test if you will, comparison between a pretty cherry, actually 088. Cousin Gary got lucky and ended up with this machine right here. Standard Insano zip kit from a while ago. And this is a MS 880 and Insano SS, so this is the next stage up. I'm hoping that this saw is gonna whip up on Cousin Gary's just so we can have some bragging rights. This belongs to a gentleman down in Sierras. We'll make a couple cuts with a 42, and we're gonna use the 088 first. People might think that is a disadvantage, but we're actually going to be going through a couple of knots with both of them. So actually we have two probably in the second run. I'm going to be curious to see how the time runs compare. We'll check the description area for that. We're not going to check them with the tack. I'm going to try to go by ear and see what we can get. I'm going to thank my assistant Eric for giving me a hand with the GoPro today. We saw the first run we only were in 1 knot. Second run we're starting to get into kind of a cluster of them. I'm curious to see how the two timed runs between the first session with the 088 and the second one is based on the knot cluster. We're gonna take a brief intermission while we change out the bar and chain because it's going to be a little bit of a process, and then we'll run the 880. Okay, so we swapped the bar and chain out. We're both running 8-pin sprockets. We're going to run the 880 in this chunk right now. It's going to have the tougher go of it, and I'm going by ear on the carburation. We're going to do one run. I'll be able to get a pretty good idea of where we're at in that regard. right now, it seemed like maybe the 088 was a little bit faster, but we can see the differential in the knots. It's night and day, totally incredible. So if the runs are even close, that'll say how well that saw runs actually. The timed runs getting through the cut, how well this saw performs. But sometimes you just end up with not perfect circumstances, and this taste test wasn't exactly completely fair. So I'll be checking the description, or maybe you can check the description, check out what I come up with after some serious scrutinization and how long it took each one of these to get through. And we did do a minor carb adjustment on the 880, as we saw, I think. So anyway, thanks for watching this session. Have a blessed day wherever you might be on God's green earth.